second winter in the ground, Livistona nitida. It's kind of an uncommon one, seems to be hard to find. I've had this for a few years. It was just a small seedling when I got it and had it in a pot for a while and put it out probably spring of 2020. At some point I planted it out and it's been sitting here. It doesn't get the most sun because the trackies here are getting big. This rhodo is pretty big, but I've been kind of trimming it back, trying to rehab it and also give this guy a little more sun. But I planted him in this spot because it's kind of a west facing. It gets a lot of reflected heat off that wall, and so far it's been doing well for me. A lot of people feel that this may be one of the best ones for cold areas. I mean, chinensis is, but chinensis, the fronds burn on them in the low 20s. And so they spend a lot of time kind of regrowing. So I think these ones are more they're more frond hardy, I guess you could say. Chinensis is definitely more root hardy. Those things can take a lot of cold, but they'll lose everything and it'll take all summer for them to grow back to start looking okay again. Whereas this doesn't really seem to get damage on its fronds. I've only had one with a bit of damage, and that was when we had our ice storm and it was encased in ice, and it's got the one frond that's kind of like half the size it should be, but beyond that it grew out of it just fine. And so this one, I think if you don't go, I don't really ultimately know what the minimum temperature this thing can take, but my feeling is it can probably take down to 20 in short bursts and still look good and not have damage to any part of it. I'm gonna try and work my way in here. Got some salal growing up beside it now, but nice little trunk on that guy. It's got the teeth. And here's the one from last winter, that kind of the top bit of it was encased in ice and it just kind of died off. But beyond that, you can see all the new fronds are quite nice. It's kind of nice kind of shininess to the leaf. The chinensis is more each leaflet, it's not as deeply segmented. It's more of a broad shaped frond to it, but it's been slowly pushing this nice bright green one all winter. So I would say last year looks like it did, after the one that was damaged, 4 fronds, and then this would be the 5th. So almost 5 fronds in a year, and it's kind of a shady spot. So once this, I'm hoping now it's a little bit bigger, it's getting a little bit more height, and so it'll get a little bit more access to the sun. So that's not a bad growth rate. I know in other places this palm can grow quite quickly, but in this kind of shady zone here, over here, not quite as fast, but still pretty good, I would say. And I do like it. Just gotta watch the teeth here though. I mean, you could almost saw wood with that. But really nice palm. Not that common, hard to get. I haven't seen these for sale for some time. So I would be disappointed if I ever lost this one. This winter when we had the real kind of bad cold snap, which wasn't all that bad, I did throw frost cloth over it. Just because I mean, it took nothing to do, so, and it seemed to help. You can see, compared to some of my other palms, what I like about this is it doesn't matter how old the fronds are, they all look good and they don't get any spotting during winter. So that is a really good quality to have in the Pacific Northwest, because even like the butias will get spotting on them, and these ones just look, I mean, they look fresh. They all look like brand new fronds, but other than the one that took damage, but 1+ year old, and they still look great. So you might want to try this one if you can get a hold of it. if you're in zone 8B. I am pretty sure this is a zone, zone 9A. I think you're pretty much in the clear. 8B, it's kind of dicey, so you really kind of want to pick your spot. And if anything crazy comes along, you might want to give it a little bit of help. So let me just get over here. You can see it's actually quite a similar color to a Trachycarpus fortunae. You can kind of see the trachyfrons right here. Very similar color. Maybe just a little bit lighter. And that's a triple trachy in here that's growing up quite quickly now. That one took quite a long time to get going. But anyway, long video, lots of talk. Hope you have a great weekend.